Hello and welcome everyone to the very first episode of a new Minecraft mod pack, Terra Firma Rescue. I, the Blue Dwarf, will be showing you how to get started in this mod pack and survive the world of TerraFirmaCraft. Let's dive straight into it. So, what we need to start off by doing is this is a very different mod pack. So, with TerraFirmaCraft, you can't just punch logs, you can't punch trees. You won't get anywhere. What you have to do, pick up stones off the ground, at least 2 stones to start off with, and sticks. Very different way of starting Minecraft. Once we have more than 2 rocks, we can do something called napping. That's knocking 2 rocks together, and then you get this 5x5 grid where you can create shapes and get things like an axe. It only takes 1 stone, but you have to have 2 stones in your hand to do it, and then we'll be able to chop down some logs. There we go. Takes a long time, but cuts down the entire tree, but it destroys all the leaves and you won't get any saplings if you just destroy the leaves that way. So got some other ores on the ground that I'm sure we'll be using at some point, but first of all we're also going to get into the quest book, because this is a questing pack. As you can see, the nice Terra Firma Rescue logo and stuff here. So we've just arrived and we need to find out what's going on. So I'm not going to read through all of this. You can read through that when if you want to pause the video, but for now we're just going to click the submission box, detect it, and we're not going to claim any of those things for the moment, because you'll soon find out that in TerraFirmaCraft you'll very quickly run out of inventory space, and we don't need any of this stuff for the moment. We might need it when it comes nighttime. Again, we're going to now need 5 sticks and 5 rocks to complete that quest, so we need to go and grab some of that. We also need to find somewhere to settle down, build a base, and hopefully we should have at least found a good place to make a base by the end of today's episode, and maybe even started building a house. So that's plenty of rocks. You'll find sticks around underneath trees, so like this, underneath the trees you'll find rocks. These rocks also indicate the rock type in the biome you're in. So this is conglomerate, and you can see on the Whaler tooltip at the top that it says conglomerate. This is diorite, and you can see the nice big transitions there. And the thing is, in different rock types you'll get different ores, so you won't get certain metals in, I know for a fact that in conglomerate you don't get any copper, which is the starting metal that we'll need. So we'll need to go and explore a little bit to find some copper to start off building some more advanced tools. But for now we'll be using stone anyway. Anyway, we've got the materials we need to turn in this quest, I believe. So you can hit the detect button, detects that, and we'll get some food. I'm going to leave that food there because we don't need any food right now, and we've not got very much space left in our inventory. Well, I keep saying that, but we've got loads of space right now. But the other thing is that TerraFirmaCraft food will decay over time, whereas if I haven't claimed the reward yet, it will just stay there, and no matter, it won't decay on us. So I need to make another axe head by the looks of it, because it wanted me to do that after that quest. I'm trying to go through these quests quite quickly because I don't want to waste much time before it becomes nighttime. And I believe all of these quests here are just reading quests, and we will find out a bit more about them when we've got a base of operations. So it wants to make a shovel, a hoe, and a knife. Now, the thing about knife is if you go right up the middle and then click those 2 there, you get actually 2 knife blades. And the hoe, I believe, is, there we go, just like that. And shovel down each side, and then take 1 away from each corner, and that will detect on those. So we want to make sure that it detects it each time before we actually submit it, otherwise we may not get the rewards. So there we go. Got lots of nice stuff. Got logs. Just leave them there for the moment. We'll come back and collect these rewards when we need them. So wants us to get 10 logs. So we're going to cut down this. Yeah, we'll cut down this sycamore tree. So that will give us lots of logs. We'll see there's also lots of different type of trees. Ooh, lots and lots of logs. It took our entire durability of our axe, in fact, and it just cut all the way down until where there's no more true durability left. So, and you'll see that along with the rocks on the ground, you'll see these little bits of minerals. Now, graphite is something that we really will want relatively quickly because it allows us to make a crucible for melting down metals. So what I'm going to do is, using our journey map, this map that we've got here, I can add a waypoint and put graphite down so we can come and find this later. So the other thing about these little nuggets that you'll find on the surface is that they're indicators of larger veins of ore that you'll find underground. And that means that you might have seen around here that there's little bits of ore up in the cliffside there, and we can find little bits of lignite, which is iron ore, and I think that's that one up there that you can see. So above and below, and I'll also label this one as well, iron. We'll find lots and lots of different sources of minerals, but we'll be needing a lot, so that's a good thing. So we've got some green beans here. See that it's at growth 95% up at the top. So we'll break it, because we'll just get the seed. We won't get any food from it, but that's because we're likely not to be sticking around right in this area for a while. We're going to go adventuring and see if we can find a better location for our base. And each TerraFirmaCraft has seasons. It has growing seasons where the temperature will change. As you'll see in the top left-hand corner of the screen, there's the average temperature and the current temperature. The current temperature is all the way up at 30 degrees Celsius, whereas the average temperature is 22. So come winter time, this place is going to get down to maybe 10 degrees Celsius. We've got some yellow pepper, though yellow peppers, when they have in their first stage of ripeness, will produce green peppers, and the same goes for red bell peppers. They'll both produce green peppers if you harvest them earlier. Now, this is a spring. That's something we can make use of later. We've got some bismuth. And this is basically what we're going to do for the next little bit. We're going to do some exploring, find out what we've got in the world, and see if we can find a good location for a base. Now, the thing about TerraFirmaCraft is that we'll want to find a good location for our base. A good location for our base would include good source to water, because as you'll see just above my toolbar, we've got health, we've got the green bar, which is our food, and we've got the blue bar, which is our water. Now, we've got this river here. You can tell that it's fresh water by these reeds that are growing out of the gravel, or the cattails even. So to drink water, you need an empty hand, and you can hold down right click and you will drink from fresh water sources. If you try and do it from salt water, it just will not work, so you won't get anything from it. You might have seen from the food that we got, it gives us these little bits in ounces. If we press S, it will combine. It's the hotkey to combine any food item that you're holding your cursor over, to combine it into a larger stack up to 160 ounces. And we'll also, if I hold this bell pepper in my hand, you'll see a little overlay on the green hunger bar, so we can eat that food and it will show us how much food it will fill up. And we'll just eat that, because we might as well eat it now. You can't overfeed yourself or anything like that, so we just need to fill ourselves up. Got some crayonite. This is the other thing that we'll need for making crucible, so that's really useful. I get the impression from the amount of ores that I'm seeing that there's a lot of ores in this pack, more than the normal amount, because you don't normally get that many ores in such a close area in vanilla TerraFirmaCraft, or unaltered TerraFirmaCraft. It is becoming nighttime, so what we need to do is we need to find somewhere safe to hunker down. It's fine to make these points even now though, because it just pauses the game whilst we're making them. And there's a few things that you can do to remain safe when you are on your first night. One thing that we can do is find somewhere. We might be able to find somewhere slightly further down this river. I'm going to mark this tree as well, because trees are very valuable as well, and we don't want to. If we need olives in the future for making olive oil, and then that leads on to all sorts of other things, then we'll know where it is in the future. So we could try and dig out a little place, but oh wait, there's no such thing as a stone pickaxe in TerraFirmaCraft, so that is not an option for us. So what I am going to do is I've been looking around for a decent place to start off for the moment, and to be honest, I'm just going to run through the night. I'm not going to stop, and that way we're not going to get monsters surrounding us. It might get a little bit sketchy, but we'll see what happens. So I'll be collecting food and labeling minerals, and I shall see you in the morning. So it is in fact the next day, and I did a bunch of exploring all around this area. Went all the way around here, all the way up around here, all the way around, and then ended up almost back where we started. I think we started over here somewhere. In fact, yeah, over up on that hill over there. Because this seems like a pretty good area. Got nice flat ground all around here for growing food, and we've even got the tree there, and we've got our first little hidey hole. So unlike Minecraft, almost all blocks, including dirt, are affected by gravity. So if I was to try and dig, oh, this is all clay. So I dig like this and then dig that block, the dirt falls down. You can't create hidey holes in dirt, but what you can do is create hidey holes underneath clay. So I just dug in here a little bit, and we've just got a little bit of a hidey hole, put our wood down because it's the only way we can store it, only thing that we can pretty much store at the moment. And the way you do that is with a log in your hand, you hold shift and you right click. So you can also use this to create walls in a sense, and we'll be using that to create a little house in a moment. But first of all, we're going to do a first little pit kiln and get some storage. So made some clay vessels. Just make these by using 5 clay and in the pattern shown in JI, and we can put these all in here, shift right clicking them into that hole, and then we take our knife and we break some of this grass, and we will get straw. Layer that straw up all the way up to the top, and I was meant to grab some logs, that's why I came over here. Drink some water on the way. Grab 8 logs, and we right click those into there, taking a total of 8. Get 2 sticks, get a fire starter, and we can light that, and it takes just holding down right click until we get a nice fire going. There we go. And that will burn down. It's got 2 hours of in-game time remaining until it finishes for us, and then we'll have some storage. Specifically, we'll have 4 times 4, so 16 slots of storage space that we can put down, because we are not even near a chest yet. That is how hard this mod pack is. So, whilst that's burning down, I'm going to start working on a house, and I will see you in just a moment. So we're back the next morning, and what we're going to do is, as you can see, I've laid out a template on dirt of what our house is going to look like. And the thing is about these log piles is, if I try and take some of this hickory wood and try and create a log pile on top of this log pile, all it does is it just puts the log into the pile. So unless you have a full stack underneath the log, you have to either prop them up like this, or, well, there's no other way of doing it. You either have to have a solid block. So what we're going to do is have the hickory logs go up the corners of the house, and then we can have any of the other wood types serve as these log piles. Sort of gives it a log cabin sort of vibe, and I think it looks quite nice, especially as it means that we can just use the logs when we need them. It provides us storage essentially, and that's how we're going to build up the house. So I will lay that out a little bit more, maybe put some of our stuff in there, and I'll be right back. So I have built up a bit of a starter house, or as you might actually be able to see, not quite as far gotten finished with the roof because I need a lot of thatch to roof all of that. And this is really just a starter house. We'll be expanding on this probably. We'll be needing more space. We'll be needing all sorts of other things that we won't be able to fit in just this area. But obviously, we need the little touching decorations. And that makes it home 100%. So we finished the pit kiln finished, and we have now got some vessels. So we've got some vessels with food in it to stop it decaying quite as fast. So those cut the decay rate in half. Just got our logs here, and we have actually got a reasonably sorted out inventory. So that is kind of all we'll have time for today. In the next episode, we will be setting up some farming and some basics around here to support ourselves sustainably, and I will see you in the next episode.